You know what separates those who make it from those who just talk about making it. It's not money, it's not luck, it's not connections, it's purpose. It's that burning why that lives deep inside of you. The reason you get up when life knocks you flat. See, most people chase success like it's something they can pick off a shelf. But real success starts with a decision to attach everything you do to a reason that's bigger than you. When your why is strong enough, your how becomes easy. You stop looking for shortcuts. You stop complaining and you stop making excuses because your why won't let you quit. Some of you say you want to win, but the truth is you just kind of want it. You want it when it's convenient. You want it when it feels good. But those who become unstoppable, they don't care how they feel. They wake up tired, hungry, stressed, and still move because that purpose inside of them screams louder than any excuse. When you find that thing that keeps you up at night, the thing that burns in your chest so strong that you can't ignore it, that's when you unlock another level of hunger. That's when success becomes a part of who you are, not just something you chase. Let me tell you something, every single person who's ever made it had a reason. Maybe it was their family, maybe it was to break a generational curse, maybe it was to prove to themselves that they were built for more. But whatever it was, it fueled them through every storm, because storms will come, failure, rejection, heartbreak, they all show up uninvited. But your why is what keeps you standing when everything else falls apart. It's the only thing that gives pain a purpose. And the beautiful thing about your why is that it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be powerful to you. You might be misunderstood. People might laugh. They might call you crazy for believing in something they can't see. But that's okay, because your why isn't for them, it's for you. It's the fire that keeps you alive in a world trying to put you out. It's the heartbeat that reminds you that you're still in the fight. So when life hits you, when it feels like everything's against you, I want you to go back to that reason. Go back to the moment you decided that failure was no longer an option. Go back to the faces of the people who believe in you, to the dream that refuses to die. Let it remind you who you are, because when you know your why, you can endure anyhow. And once you lock into that, once your purpose becomes non-negotiable, success doesn't just happen, it becomes inevitable. Everybody loves the idea of success when it feels exciting, when the music's loud and the crowd's cheering, when motivation is high and everything seems possible. But the truth is, motivation fades. It's a feeling, and feelings come and go. What separates the unstoppable from the average isn't motivation, it's discipline. Discipline is what makes you get up when your body says stay down. Discipline is doing what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has left. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps the engine running when the road gets long and the nights get heavy. See, motivation is easy when everything is going right. Anybody can work hard when it's sunny outside, when the results come fast, when people are clapping for you. But discipline is what shows up when nobody's watching. It's what gets you to the gym when you're sore, to your desk when you're tired, to your goals when no one's cheering. Discipline doesn't need applause. It doesn't need validation. It just needs a promise, your promise, to keep going. Every champion you've ever admired mastered that. They didn't just train when they felt like it. They trained when they were broken, when they were bored, when the spark was gone, but the mission was still alive. There are days when the bed feels like a magnet, when your mind tells you it's okay, you've done enough. But discipline doesn't negotiate. Discipline doesn't care about comfort. It's a commitment that says, I made a choice and I'm going to honor it. That's what turns dreams into reality. You can be the most talented person in the room, but if you lack consistency, talent won't carry you far. It's discipline that builds muscle, builds habits, builds character. Discipline teaches you to move through resistance instead of waiting for the perfect conditions that never come. You want to know why some people win over and over again? Because they stopped relying on inspiration and started relying on structure. They built systems for success. They didn't wait to feel good. They did what was required, and the results made them feel good later. That's the secret most people overlook. You can't wait for the spark. You have to become the spark. Discipline creates momentum, and momentum creates progress. And once you taste progress, you realize that discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Freedom from guilt, freedom from regret, freedom from being stuck in the same place, telling yourself the same excuses. There will be days when you don't feel it, days when your heart isn't in it, but that's where greatness is born. The moments you push through when you least want to, Those are the ones that define you. You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when it's hard. You grow when you show up anyway. And if you can train yourself to do that, to keep moving forward no matter what, you'll become unstoppable, because motivation starts the fire, but discipline keeps it burning long after the world goes dark. Pain is something everyone wants to avoid. We run from it, we hide from it, we try to numb it. But the truth is, pain is part of the process. You can't grow without it. You can't become strong without it. Every person you admire, every success story you look up to has one thing in common. They all went through something that hurt them, broke them, tested them. But instead of letting it destroy them, they used it. They turned pain into power. They understood that pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's life's way of shaping you into the person capable of carrying the dream you asked for. When you go through something hard, you have two choices. You can let it define you, or you can let it refine you. And most people choose to sit in their suffering. They complain, they blame, they quit. The ones who rise, they look pain in the face and say, "You will not break me." They use every setback as fuel. They take every scar and turn it into a reminder of what they've survived. Because pain, if you let it, can build something in you that comfort never will. Comfort feels good, but it keeps you soft. Pain hurts, but it teaches you resilience, patience, strength, humility. Pain gives you perspective that success alone can't teach. You ever notice how the most powerful people always have the most painful stories? That's not coincidence. It's because pressure creates diamonds. Fire refines gold. Pain strips away the weak parts of you so the real version can emerge. You might not see it when you're in it, but every tear, every disappointment, every lonely night, it's carving something greater inside you. You think life is trying to destroy you, but it's actually training you. You asked for strength, and life gave you struggle. You asked for wisdom, and life gave you mistakes. You asked for success, and life gave you obstacles. Because that's how you learn. That's how you earn it. So instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Every challenge carries a lesson. Every heartbreak carries growth. Pain is the most honest mirror you'll ever face. It shows you what's real, what matters, and what needs to change. It humbles you, but it also hardens your spirit in the best way. Once you've been through pain and survived, fear loses its grip. You stop doubting your strength because you've seen it. You stop running from hard things because you realize they're the very things that shaped your power. And when you finally come out on the other side, when you look back and see how far you've come, you'll understand that pain wasn't your enemy. It was your ally. It wasn't sent to stop you. It was sent to strengthen you. And that's when you'll realize the truth. Your greatest power will always be born from your deepest pain. You can't build unstoppable success while surrounding yourself with chaos. It's impossible to stay focused when your environment keeps pulling you in the opposite direction. Some people don't fail because they lack talent or potential. They fail because they don't protect their energy. They let the wrong people drain their spirit, the wrong voices fill their mind, and the wrong habits steal their time. You've got to understand this. Your environment shapes your mindset, and your mindset shapes your future. If you want peace, if you want clarity, if you want success that lasts, you've got to start guarding your space like it's sacred, because it is. Sometimes the hardest part about chasing your dream isn't the grind. It's walking away from the noise. It's saying no to people who don't believe in your vision. It's separating yourself from circles that no longer fit your growth. You can't keep planting your goals in toxic soil and expect them to bloom. You can't keep hanging around negativity and think you'll rise above it. Energy is contagious, and if you're not careful, you'll start absorbing the doubt, the fear, the laziness of those around you. You can't climb while carrying everyone else's weight. Some people are meant to be lessons, not lifelong companions. Protecting your peace doesn't mean isolating yourself. It means being intentional about who and what you allow into your space. It means cutting off conversations that drain you, habits that distract you, and environments that lower your frequency. You've got to learn how to say no without feeling guilty. Because every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve your purpose, you're saying no to your own growth. Protecting your peace is an act of discipline. It's recognizing that your energy is limited and you can't waste it on things that don't move you closer to your goal. People will call you selfish for choosing yourself, for staying focused, for distancing yourself from drama. Let them talk. They don't understand that peace is power. When you protect your mind, you protect your momentum. Success doesn't just require hard work, it requires clarity. And clarity only comes when your mind is still enough to hear your own voice over the noise of the world. That's why you've got to build boundaries, not walls. Boundaries keep your energy directed toward what matters most. They keep your focus pure, your spirit aligned, and your dream protected. So take a look at your circle. Take a look at your habits. Take a look at your daily environment. Ask yourself if it's feeding your fire or slowly putting it out. Because success isn't just about what you do. It's also about what you allow. You can have all the drive in the world, but if your environment is chaotic, your energy will be too. Protect your peace, protect your purpose, protect your focus. Because once you master that, nothing and no one will be able to pull you off your path. Everybody wants to win until it's time to work. They love the idea of success, the image of it, the spotlight, the lifestyle. But when it's time to grind, when it's time to sacrifice sleep, comfort, and ease, most people disappear. That's the difference between ordinary and unstoppable. The unstoppable ones don't just talk about it. They outwork, outlast, and outshine everyone else. They don't compete with others. They compete with their own limits. They understand that success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who show up day after day, no matter how they feel, no matter what's going on around them. You've got to have the kind of work ethic that makes people uncomfortable, the kind that makes excuses irrelevant. When others take breaks, you take action. When they're satisfied, you're still hungry. You've got to want it so bad that you're willing to do what others won't for as long as it takes. Because there's no magic formula, no secret shortcut. There's just effort. Raw, consistent, relentless effort. The world doesn't reward the most talented. It rewards the most persistent. The one who keeps swinging after everyone else has put the bat down. The one who refuses to stop until the job is done. You can't build greatness on convenience. You can't expect to stand out when you're doing what everyone else is doing. Success demands more. It demands that extra hour, that extra rep, that extra mile when nobody's watching. You've got to be willing to push through boredom, through pain, through the voice in your head telling you it's enough. Because that's where champions are made, not in the moments of glory, but in the moments of grind. The quiet hours, the lonely nights, the times when quitting would be easy, but you choose to keep going anyway. And let me tell you something, consistency beats intensity every time. It's not about doing everything perfectly once. It's about showing up repeatedly, even imperfectly. It's about building a reputation with yourself that says, I can trust me. Because when you trust your own grind, when you know you've given everything, you walk different, you speak different, you carry a confidence that can't be faked because it's built from sweat, from sacrifice, from perseverance. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd. That's how you turn potential into power. You've got to decide that quitting is not an option. You've got to decide that no matter how long it takes, how many times you fail, how tired you get, you will keep showing up. Because the truth is, you don't have to be the smartest or the strongest, you just have to be the last one standing. The one still swinging when everyone else has gone home. That's the real secret. Outwork them, outlast them, outshine them, and the dream will eventually bow to your determination. Before success ever shows up in your life, it starts in your mind. You have to believe it before you see it. You've got to hold that vision so strong that no amount of doubt, no lack of evidence, no setback can shake it loose. That's the secret most people miss. They wait for proof before they believe. They want to see results before they commit. But faith doesn't work like that. Success doesn't show up for people who wait to be convinced. It shows up for those who are already convinced deep in their spirit that they're built for this. You've got to see it long before it's real. Speak it long before it's visible. And act like it's already yours even when everything around you says it's not. Every great achievement in history started with someone who believed when no one else did. Think about it. Every invention, every dream, every movement was once just an idea in somebody's head. No audience, no applause, just belief. They didn't need confirmation because they already carried conviction. That's the difference. Most people look at their circumstances and let them decide what's possible. But the ones who win flip it. They let their belief decide their circumstances. They walk with a kind of certainty that confuses the world because it doesn't make sense to believe when you're still at the bottom. It doesn't make sense to act successful when you've got nothing to show for it. But that's exactly what separates dreamers from doers. Belief is power. When you truly believe, you move different. You speak different. You show up with a presence that demands attention because people can feel conviction. It's energy. And once you start carrying that energy, the world starts responding to it. Opportunities start showing up. People start aligning. Things that used to seem impossible begin to shift. It's not magic, it's mindset. You attract what you expect. So if you expect failure, That's what you'll see. But if you expect to win, if you carry yourself like a winner, even when you're still struggling, life will start rearranging itself to match your vision. But here's the truth: you can't fake belief. You can't say it once and hope it sticks. You've got to build it through action. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, every time you push through doubt, every time you step out on faith, you strengthen that belief, and that belief becomes your foundation, because success will test you. Life will throw storms your way, and when it does, it's belief that holds you steady, not motivation, not luck. Belief, the unshakable knowing that no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, you were made for this. That's why before you ever see the light, you've got to walk in the dark with faith. Because if you can believe before you see, soon you'll see what you've always believed.